She lied about just being friends with her ex, then showed up at my door with him. Hi, I'm Ryan, 29, and apparently, my girlfriend thought emotional loyalty was a suggestion, not a requirement. We met at a backyard barbecue, the kind where the grill's half broken, the beer's warm, and someone inevitably brings an acoustic guitar. She was wearing these red sunglasses, drinking something neon blue out of a mason jar, and laughing like the world had never disappointed her. I remember thinking, okay, Ryan, try not to mess this one up. We hit it off fast. Banter was easy, chemistry was stupidly strong. 2 weeks in, we were spending most nights together. By month 2, I had a drawer at her place, and she'd left shampoo in my shower. The signs, as they say, were present. Her name was Claire, graphic designer, smart, sarcastic. One of those people who could make a PowerPoint presentation look like modern art. She had a sharp wit and a soft side that only came out during Pixar movies. And when she talked about her old golden retriever, Max, but then 6 weeks ago, familiar name popped up on her phone while we were watching The Bear. Eli, her ex. 4 years of history wrapped up in a single ping. I noticed. She noticed me noticing. He just wants to apologize, she said casually. He got a real job now. Sound engineer at some studio. And I, being a full-grown adult with a functioning frontal cortex, said, cool. Closure's important. First mistake. Because closure apparently meant coffee once, then memes daily, then good morning texts, then phone calls while sitting on my couch pretending to work. At first, I told myself it was fine. Everyone has EXCs. Everyone has emotional loose ends. I'm not the jealous type, right? But by the time I saw Indie Show Tonight from him pop up on her screen after she bailed on dinner with me, wearing the same damn dress she bought for our date, I started to feel like the backup vocalist in a duet I didn't sign up for. And when I confronted her, classic eye roll. Adults can be friends with their EXCs. Ryan, sure, but maybe not while lying about your Friday night plans and giggling over inside jokes while your current boyfriend microwaves leftovers alone. Still, I gave her space. Space to explain. Space to recalibrate. Space to show me I wasn't just being paranoid. She filled that space with more late-night texts and a 43-minute phone call taken in my bedroom with the door shut. That's when I stopped making room for her. Justifications.so there we were. Tuesday afternoon. She's on my couch, pretending to be knee-deep in some client project. I'm in the living room doing emails when her phone rings. Not vibrates, rings, and the name lights up clear as day. Eli. She answers like it's normal. Like it's not weird to answer your ex's call in your current boyfriend's apartment. Then she gets up, walks into my bedroom, and closes the door. 43 minutes. I stared at the clock the whole damn time, counting every minute I got pushed further to the sideline. When she came out, smiling, sat down like nothing happened. Not a word about the call. Not even a, hey, sorry, that was weird. So I said it calmly. We need to talk about your ex. I roll. Not even subtle, just full, dramatic. Ugh, again? Like I was the problem here. You lied about Friday, I said. You've been texting him more than me. You just spent nearly an hour on the phone with him. In my bedroom, while we're both supposed to be working from home. Ryan, she said, standing up, arms crossed like a disappointed HR representative. You're being controlling. He's just a friend. I couldn't help it. I laughed. Not because it was funny. Because it was insulting. He's not just a friend. He's your ex-boyfriend of 4 years. And right now, he's taking up more of your time, energy, and attention than I am. And you're lying about it. She doubled down. So what? You're giving me an ultimatum? Him or you? No, I said. I'm saying what you're doing isn't respectful. You're choosing to prioritize him, lie to me, and then act like I'm the crazy one for pointing it out. She tilted her head, like I was being cute, but ridiculous. I'm not letting go of my friendship with him just because you feel insecure. Deal with it. And that was the moment. Everything inside me just snapped into clarity. The confusion, the second guessing, the mental gymnastics I'd been doing for weeks done. Okay, I said. She smiled, like we'd just reached some healthy compromise. I knew you'd understand, she said, walking back to the couch. You're not like other guys. No, I said. I understand that you're choosing him. So I'm going to choose me, she blinked. Wait, what does that mean? It means you keep your ex. I keep my dignity. We're done. It took her a full second to register. Wait, are you serious? As a restraining order, she laughed. Actually laughed. A short, disbelieving sound, like I just announced I was quitting my job to become a dolphin trainer. You're breaking up with me? Over this? Over me having a friend? No, I said, grabbing my phone and setting it face down on the coffee table. Over you lying, constantly. Over you canceling dates to hang out with your ex. Over 43-minute phone calls taken in secret. Over the fact that when I told you how that made me feel, you rolled your eyes and told me to deal with it, she scoffed. God, you're being so dramatic. No, I'm being done. There's a difference. She stood there in the middle of my living room, arms slack now, blinking fast like she couldn't compute the idea that someone might not just tolerate her disrespect indefinitely. Then the waterworks hit. I can't believe you're actually doing this. I thought you were different. I thought you trusted me. I did trust you, I said. Until I found out you lied about where you were Friday night. Until I watched you emotionally check out of this relationship while keeping me around like a backup plan. That was one time that I know about. She didn't deny it. I pointed toward the door. You need to leave. This is my place too. I'm here all the time. You don't pay rent. Your name's not on the lease. It's not your place. Pack up your stuff. And just like that, the tears evaporated. Anger replaced them like flipping a switch. You're throwing away 2 years over nothing. You're never going to find someone who puts up with your jealousy issues. Hopefully not, I said. Because the next person I date won't give me a reason to feel that way. She stomped into the bedroom, grabbed her laptop, her charger, and the hoodie she'd left last week, shoved them into her tote like they'd personally betrayed her, all the while muttering about how I was immature, how I'd regret this, how I was just like every other insecure man. At the door, she turned around, eyes wild, mouth trembling. You know what? Fine. Leave. See how long it takes before you're begging me to come back. I'm a catch, and you just screwed yourself. I opened the door. Doubt it. Bye. She left. I locked the door behind her, just stood there for a minute, not moving. Then I exhaled. No yelling. No slamming doors. Just quiet. Stillness. My phone buzzed. My buddy had sent me a screenshot of her latest Instagram story. When your boyfriend chooses ego over love. I blocked her. Phone, socials, everything. Done. And here's the wild part. I didn't feel shattered. Or even sad. I felt free. It took less than a day for the circus to start. First came the missed calls. 60 of them. All from her number. When that didn't work, she tried calling me from her sister's phone. 8:03 p.m. Get a call from a number I don't recognize. I answer without thinking. Her voice. Finally. Why did you block me? That's so immature. I kept my tone flat. Is this my ex using someone else's phone to violate a boundary? Oh my God, Ryan. Listen to yourself. We need to talk about this. We did talk. You said, and I quote, I'm not letting go of my friendship with him. Deal with it. And I said, cool, I'm out. That's a full conversation. You didn't even let me explain. You had 3 weeks to explain. You used them to lie and call me insecure. I'm good on explanations. This is ridiculous. Are you seriously ending things over a friendship? There it was again. The mental gymnastics. As if what happened was just a difference of opinion on salad dressing and not a repeated pattern of deception, disrespect, and emotional betrayal. Not a friendship. An emotional affair. But tomato, tomato. I've got stuff to do. I hung up. Blocked the sister's number. Took a deep breath. Sat back on the couch. Then the next wave started. Her best friend texted me out of nowhere. Didn't even know she had my number. Hey, I know things are rough right now, but maybe you should hear Claire out. She's really upset. I think there's been a misunderstanding, I replied. No misunderstanding. She chose him. I chose me. Pretty straightforward. She wasn't choosing him. She was just being friends. You're being really unfair. Cool opinion. Not together anymore, so my fairness isn't her problem. Boom. Blocked by the best friend. 2 for 1 special. Then, naturally, her mom got involved. Next morning, voicemail from an unknown number. Hi Ryan, This is Claire's mother. I don't usually get involved in young people's business, but my daughter is absolutely devastated. She made a small mistake, and you're punishing her like she committed a crime. I raised her to value loyalty and communication. Frankly, I'm disappointed in how you've handled this. Please call her back so you two can talk like adults. Small mistake. That was the phrase that stuck. I deleted the voicemail. Then at lunch, our mutual friend from the barbecue guy from my gym pulled me aside. Dude, Claire's blowing up the group chat, saying you dumped her out of nowhere. I laughed. Out of nowhere? She's been basically dating her ex for a month. He looked shocked. Wait, what? She said you got jealous because she was being friends with an old friend. Her ex-boyfriend, who she lied about seeing, who she canceled dates for, who she took private calls from in my bedroom. Yeah, old friend. He showed me the group chat. She'd written a whole manifesto. How I was controlling, couldn't handle her having male friends, had deep trust issues from a past relationship. I'm team you on this, he said. That's shady as hell. Appreciate it. I thought that was the peak. I was wrong. That night at 6:13 p.m., someone knocked on my door. Claire, holding Thai takeout. I didn't open the door. I checked the peephole first, like a paranoid raccoon. There she was. Claire, hair brushed, makeup done, just enough to look reasonable, holding a bag from my favorite Thai place like it was a peace offering wrapped in pad Thai. I know you're home, she said through the door. Your car's here. Silence from me. She knocked again, softer this time. I just want to talk. We don't have to fight. I brought food. Your favorite. That sentence almost got me. Almost. Because it wasn't about the food, it was about familiarity. About pretending things were normal. If she acted normal enough, then the tone shifted. This is stupid, Ryan. We're good together. You're throwing everything away because you're being stubborn. There it was. Still my fault. She started crying in the hallway. Loud enough that I knew the neighbors could hear. I miss you. I love you. Please just open the door. I didn't. Instead, I texted her from my laptop using Google Voice. I'm not opening the door. You need to leave, or I'm calling the building manager about harassment. I watched her check her phone through the peephole. Her shoulders slumped. She stood there another 10 seconds, then placed the food carefully on the floor, like she was staging a rom-com scene, and walked away. 20 minutes later, I opened the door. The food was still warm. There was a folded note on top. I'm sorry for lying about Friday. I was wrong. But you're wrong too for not giving me a chance to fix this. We're supposed to be a team. Please don't give up on us. I love you. I'll always love you. I put the food in my fridge. I threw the note in the trash. Because even in her apology, she couldn't stop doing it. I'm sorry, but you're wrong too. I'm sorry. But you didn't try hard enough. Zero accountability. Just blame with the softer font. That night, my buddy called me. I told him everything. The calls. The family. The hallway breakdown. Dude, he said. Document everything. Screenshot it all. Trust me, apparently, his brother went through something similar. X escalated. Made accusations. Got messy fast. So I started a folder. Screenshots. Call logs. Voicemails. Notes with timestamps. Felt dramatic. Also felt smart. The next morning, I changed my door code. Called the building manager. Let them know my ex wasn't allowed up anymore. I didn't want drama. I wanted peace. Instead, I got escalation. Because 2 days later, I woke up and went downstairs for coffee, and she was sitting in my building's lobby at 7 o'clock a.m. Like she lived it. Good morning, she said. That's when I realized this wasn't about love anymore. It was about control. I froze. She was just there, sitting in the lobby like it was totally normal for someone to camp out in their ex's building before sunrise. She had a paper coffee cup in one hand, hair tied up in a lazy bun, same hoodie she always wore when she wanted to talk. Her eyes lit up like we were just picking up where we left off. What are you doing here? I asked, waiting for you. We need to talk. No, said, already backing toward the exit. We really don't. I'm not leaving until you hear me out. You're not supposed to be here. How'd you even get in? She shrugged. Tailgated behind some guy with a dog. Look, nope, I don't care. You need to leave. She stood up, cup trembling slightly in her hand. I talked to my therapist. I blinked. You don't have a therapist. I started seeing one. Because of this. She said I need to communicate my needs clearly. So here I am. Communicate. My need, I said, is for you to leave me alone. Communication achieved. I walked past her toward the coffee shop. She followed me outside. You're being cruel, she hissed. I'm trying to fix things and you won't even listen. There's nothing to fix. You lied, cheated emotionally, then doubled down when I called it out. This is just consequences, Claire. I wasn't cheating. We're just friends. Cool story. Still don't care. Got my coffee. Walked back inside. And told the doorman she needed to be added to the no entry list. That night, 9:12 p.m., I get a call from a new number. Her sister, Ryan, you need to stop this. Claire's a wreck. She's barely eating. She cries all the time. I'm sorry she's hurting. That's not my responsibility anymore. You're punishing her like she murdered someone. It was one mistake. It was weeks of lying, manipulating, gaslighting, and emotional cheating. One mistake implies an accident. She made choices. You're just jealous because her ex is more successful now. That one caught me so off guard, I actually laughed. What? Eli got promoted to senior engineer. He makes 6 figures now. You can't handle that she has guy friends doing better than you. I stared at the wall for a second, speechless at the sheer pettiness. Lady, I said, this is weirdly specific and absolutely irrelevant. Have a good night. You're going to regret this. She might hurt herself, and if she does, that's on you. And that's when I hung up. Immediately. Because that's not just dramatic. That's manipulative. That's dangerous. I texted my buddy. Her sister just said if Claire hurts herself, it's on me. He replied instantly, dude, that's a threat. Save everything. Don't engage. And start thinking lawyer. I didn't sleep well that night. The next morning, 17 missed calls from her mom. And the text campaign began. Text 1. We need to discuss your treatment of my daughter. Text 5. Ignoring me won't make this go away. Text 11. You're acting like a coward. Face the consequences of your actions. Final text. Fine. We'll see how you like being dragged publicly. And an hour later, dragged I was. Claire posted a long Facebook rant. Tagged mutual friends. Not me, obviously. I'd blocked her. But screenshots found their way to me anyway. People always send the drama. The post accused me of being a narcissistic abuser. Said I isolated her from her friends, controlled her, and abandoned her when she set healthy boundaries. It was a masterpiece in projection. Everything she said, I did. She'd actually done. Some comments were skeptical. Wasn't he the guy who bought you a new monitor when your work one broke? Didn't he come to your art show and sit through 2 hours of PowerPoint just to be supportive? But others? They were all in. Wow, men really can't handle strong women. You dodged a bullet. Babe. Then, in a rare move of truth in a sea of fiction, my buddy's girlfriend commented, maybe tell them about the ex-boyfriend you were sneaking around with. That comment? Deleted in 2 minutes. Buddy's girlfriend? Blocked. Monday at work was weird. A woman from accounting pulled me aside at lunch. Hey, I saw a post about you going around. Yeah, I said. My ex is mad I broke up with her for lying and emotionally cheating. She made it sound like you were abusive. Then she left out the part where she canceled dates to hang out with her ex and lied to my face about it. She nodded slowly. Yeah, her story felt off. Too polished. Too rehearsed. That evening, her best friend tried to show up at my building. The doorman called me. Sir, there's a young woman downstairs claiming she's not your ex. But she needs to drop off urgent documents. Not urgent. She's helping my ex harass me. Please ask her to leave. She did, eventually, but left behind a letter. 3 pages. Handwritten. Claire's handwriting. I didn't even open it right away, because honestly, I already knew what it would say. Eventually, I opened the letter. 3 pages. Front and back. In her slanted cursive. You could tell she poured effort into it, different colored pens, even little underlines for emphasis, like she was writing a romantic essay. And it started predictably, Ryan, I still love you. Then came the guilt trip parade. You walked away without giving us a real chance to fix it. I know I lied, but only because I was scared of losing something real. Eli is just a friend and always will be. You're letting your insecurities destroy something beautiful. Then the twist. She was willing to forgive me. I'm open to forgiving you for the way you reacted. If you can acknowledge that you were hurting too and we both made mistakes, we can go to counseling, start fresh. I believe in second chances. And then the kicker, last paragraph. I know you're reading this and feeling guilty. You should. You gave up on us without fighting, but I'm willing to give you one more chance. Call me by Friday and we can move forward. If you don't, I'll know you never really loved me. Your choice. She gave me an ultimatum. I stared at the last line for a long time. The sheer audacity of it almost made me laugh. She cheats, lies, gaslights, manipulates. And I'm the one who needs forgiving. I'm the one who gave up. I sent a photo of the letter to my buddy. His reply? Dude, she's off the rails. Don't say a word. Lawyer, now. So I called one. $200 consult. Worth every penny. Told him everything: texts, voicemail threats, the Facebook post, the visits, the manipulation. His advice? You have enough for a restraining order, especially if she shows up again. She did. Saturday morning, with Eli, together, demanding to talk. That was the moment I called the cops, and I'm glad I did, because everything changed after that. Court dates in a few weeks. Temporary protection order in place now. She can't contact me or come near my home or job. Her mom calling my work, logged and reported. One more violation and it becomes criminal. IOS had my back. My friends saw through the lies. Even Eli sent an email apologizing once he realized she lied to him too. Funny thing, every time I questioned if I was overreacting, she gave me another reason not to doubt myself. No regrets. None. The worst people will look you in the eye, smile, and say, deal with it, while slowly undermining your sanity. The best thing you can do. Don't walk away. Save yourself. I did, and I'm free.